So Matt, tell me about the route climbing program.
So yeah, new programs, three of them that we're excited to launch, three different levels, just like the bouldering programs that we're hoping will cover a wide range of climbing ability levels and kind of give everyone a accessible and affordable option to uh, train to maximize their route climbing performance.
Right, cool. So like you said, there are three levels, just like with the bouldering program. And what are the differences between those levels?
So broadly speaking, the differences between the three really come down to three things. The first being the amount of performance time on a rope that is included. The second is um, the emphasis that is placed on directed skill practice. And the third is the amount of emphasis that's placed on sort of supplemental strength training and kind of energy system uh, development training.
Okay, so tell me that like I'm a kindergartner. What is it going to feel like to do level one, level two, and level three?
So yeah, level one is you're going to spend a lot of time on a rope. You're going to do a fair amount of volume of climbing, and but it's not just hey go climbing. It's directed skill drills to work on individual elements that go into good climbing reclimbing performance.
Like what?
While we sort of um, memorization practice, pacing practice, breathing practice, resting practice. Yeah, those are
Hmm.
sort of the four main skill categories that we sort of work on there.
So level one sort of introduces you to being a better sport climber in general, like
Yeah, it's sort of
having better tactics.
yeah, there's a project and tactics side of it as well, but also just like, hey, these are important elements, like sort of baseline skills that are going to let you express, mastering them is going to let you express your physical capabilities better.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then what about level two?
So level two still includes skill work in all four of those major categories, but there's more of an emphasis placed on the physical preparation side of it. So that's strength training in the weight room, that's hangboarding, and that's different energy system workouts to work on things like our longer form endurance, like our ability to stay on the wall, to rest and recover, but also our sort of higher end power endurance, like linking sustained sections of cruxes on routes.
And there is strength training in level one, right? But no hangboarding.
No hangboarding, and yeah, there is strength training, but it's really kind of put in the background. Um, and so we're doing it, but it's less of a major feature that defines like each of the blocks.
Okay. So then level two, there's a little bit more strength training, a little bit of hangboarding and more skill uh practice. And then what about level three?
So level three moves all the way towards the physical preparation side. So we put a greater emphasis on developing those different energy systems, so strength, power, our sort of longer form aerobic endurance, and our shorter form like anaerobic capacity or power endurance.
And are they doing that on a rope or on boulders as
A
well?
mix of both. So yeah, all three of the programs have a lot of time on the rope, but the major difference of level three is there's a lot less time actually trying to send your project in the gym. So it's really meant for really experienced route climbers who have been through the projecting process before and are really looking to sort of get ready for a trip or an outdoor season, and don't don't care as much or don't value sort of gym sense along the way.
Got it. So if you are a member and you subscribe and you enter into these programs, what are people going to see and what are they going to get?
Um, well, they're going to see programmed workouts that they can go through sort of at their own pace. And so all the workouts, have a directed warm up, um, skill drills, or, it'll take you through the session in order with clear instructions. So you know exactly what to do while you're in the gym. And then same for all the supplemental training. So do this exercise. Here's a video of it to show you how to do it properly. And these are the sets and reps. So it should take all the sort of guesswork out of it.
And about how long of a time will this take them to go through each level?
It totally depends. Um, the idea with these programs is it's not scheduled out as do this many sessions a week, but it's do these workouts in this order. So the programs, all three are different lengths. And in the descriptions, it'll tell you if you do approximately this many sessions a week, it'll take this many weeks. Um, and so they're different durations, but they the reason for that is everyone's got different schedules. Everyone recovers at different rates, and so somebody who's 19 years old and recovers quickly might be able to handle or is going to be able to handle more sessions a week than me at 35, where I want more time to recover in between.
Right.
And so maybe you want to climb outside on the weekends and do the program during the week, and so you can still do this. It's just sort of next session up rather than structured as weeks.
Got it. Okay, and you've mentioned strength, power endurance, and aerobic endurance. Is this a linear program? Is it non-linear? How does it compare with other programs out there?
So it's a little different level to level, but I think broadly speaking, yes, it's a nonlinear program. Um, in that during all these blocks, we're not just like say focusing on aerobic endurance and you only do that. Instead, there's bouldering sessions included, there's supplemental strength training included. Because every time you show up to a rock climb, like you need to be strong, probably need to be powerful. You also need to be able to hold on. You need to be able to link the correct sections. So I think a nonlinear approach works really well there, where we might put a greater emphasis on one of those. Like we use the analogy of burners on a stove, where sure, the major focus of this block might be aerobic endurance, and so we turn that one up and put a greater emphasis on it. But the other sort of attributes, the strength and power, our power endurance, our skill work, all those things are sort of kept at a maintenance level so that we're not losing all the progress we've made.
Got it. And last question is, how do people know which level that they should be doing?
That's a really good question, and I think this is maybe the thing I'm most excited about the structure of these programs. Is it has less to do. I'd like people to be choosing less based on their sort of climbing grade, and more their an honest reflection of how important performance time on a rope is for you. I'll just speak for myself here in saying that as I've progressed as a route climber, there were periods where it felt really limiting to me to be away from climbing on a rope for a long period of time. And I might get really strong, and maybe I'd even be really fit from doing circuits off a bouldering wall or something like that. But I would get back to a rope and feel clunky. I'd feel scared above a bolt, and so it was really important during those periods for me to include a lot of actual just time sport climbing. And now, while I think as I've been focused on sport climbing for years now, that has become less important for me. I still do a lot of rope climbing year round, but I find it takes me less time to get right back into the swing of things. And I don't have to go through a month of feeling scared, feeling unfit, just generally feeling inefficient in my climbing. So that's how I'd like people to think about this is like, if you are, look at how much you honestly need that kind of performance time. And if it's sort of essential to you and for your motivation and you just need time to practice doing routes, then I think level one's a great place to start. If you sort of feel confident with that, but notice that if don't climb on a rope for 2 months or something, that you do feel like you're kind of take a big step back in your route climbing, then I think level two is a great place to sort of to start training. You're gonna get a greater emphasis on sort of the physical side of things, but you're still getting some more performance time. Or time on a rope as well. And level three is really for climbers who have a lot of experience climbing outside and that they don't feel like projecting in a gym has much value to them.
And so would you say that there's more bouldering in level 2 and 3 than in 1 progressively?
Yeah, I think so. It's not only just like more bouldering time, it's the amount of structure to the time on a rope as well. So level 1, there's going to be a lot of sessions where you get to go in and try hard on to do a route. Level 2, that's more focused and directed. So it might be try to do the hardest route you can do in a day, or try to find a give some second go attempts on some routes or some flash and onsite attempts on routes. And in level 3, there's a little bit of performance time included at points, but it's mostly sort of more structured workouts, whether they're on a bouldering wall or on a lead wall. It's
Okay.
like, doing things in sort of different interval configurations.
Got it. Okay. Anything else that you want to say about the programs?
No, I think that kind of covers it. I'm excited for people to check them out. These have been a long time in the works for us, and yeah, I'm excited to get them out there, and hopefully people really enjoy them.
Yeah, and I'm assuming that you use these same kind of methods with your clients.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a lot of the same tools I use uh, for different individual athletes, and just the obvious thing here is that it's not specific to any one person's needs. We try to keep it more general, so it's more adaptable to a wider range of people.
Yeah. Well, thanks for your wisdom in putting these together, and thanks for taking the time to explain this all to us. I appreciate it.
Not a problem.